Today's episode of Strong Links is brought to you by Dan and Van, Sleaford and the surrounding area's #1 man with a van service. And now for today's show.
Welcome to Extra Strong Links, a bonus episode of the Strong Links podcast. We're going to bring you the extended interviews with our brilliant guests. These are the bits we couldn't fit into the main show. I'm Rich, and I'm here with my good friend Dan. Hello, Dan.
Hi, Rich.
So what have we got coming up in this episode, Dan?
Well, at the end of July, we visited the Heckington Show, and there we had a good chat with Charles Pinchbeck, who is the chairman of the show. And it was a fascinating conversation.
It was lovely sitting there in the VIP area, beautiful July afternoon.
I know, it was idyllic, and the timing by those Lancasters was spot on.
It certainly was. Anyway, let's listen back to that entire interview.
So, Rich and I are here with chairman of the Heckington Show, Charles Pinchbeck. Hi, Charles.
Hi, good to see you all.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's great. We've got the Lancaster bomber flying over as we speak. It's with the Rolls-Royce engines.
It is, and it's really fitting. Our county has an amazing heritage and tradition, and we've got two of those things coming together.
It's just history. We're in the 157th year of the Heckington Show.
Yes, we began in 1863. It's what it says on my mug here, and it was a one-day flower show on the village bowling green, which was very successful. And then 4 years later, the brother-in-law of the show organiser invited him down to these fields, which are in the same family, over 150 years later, and the show gradually grew from there. In 1869, we had one of the first cycle races in the world here on the grass in front of us. Penny farthings, would you believe? Our races kept going, so we believe we're now the oldest cycle race in the world here in the heart of Lincolnshire.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Rich?
I did not. No.
It's unbelievable to think that, so many years ago there was races going on this actual ground.
Yes, yeah, and that was part of every part of the country has a particular tradition of shows. Like in the Lake District, it's sheepdogs and fell running. That's what they do. A Lincolnshire show is a flower show, all the vegetables and the fruit and the flowers. Sports, athletics, we've had 450 people running 10 miles around the fen first thing this morning, including my son and my daughter, which is just brilliant. We love the family participation. Cycling, and Heckington carries on that tradition. Show jumping, heavy horses. We've just seen an amazing display, the best show of heavy horses you will see in Lincolnshire this year, 10 minutes ago in the sunshine in our main ring. And then tomorrow we've got a colossal show of sheep and cattle as well. All those things mixed together, that's what makes a real show in Lincolnshire. And over the last 157 years, we've not only just kept going, but each year we've just moved it forward that little bit better. In the autumn, I've already got a list of things for 2026, things that would just help make that show that little bit better, a little more fun, a little more well run. And in September, October, our meetings, then we just chat about how we make it work. But I think the real key to the success of it is talking to people, is they just love the atmosphere. One of our judges is the show director for Rutland Show, a county show, and she goes, this is the thing, first time I've been to Heckington, really good, really high standard, but the thing that sets it head and shoulders above other shows is just the atmosphere. It's relaxed, it's friendly, it's inclusive. And I think that's the thing that comes from it still being a village show and having its roots there. Families have worked through it for generations. Groups of friends come and take over particular parts of the show. The grandstand is built by the Heckington Cycling Club. There's eight men there that cycle together during the year, and then fortnight of the show they come and work together and build the grandstand, which is just lovely. And tonight, we've got 20 people coming for a supper at our house, and that tradition is about everybody who's coming to Heckington for the show is a friend and a guest, and that's how they're treated, and everybody gets that feeling. I think people will always value that, and I think actually in the 21st century, with the anxiety and fear and social isolation, it's more vital than ever before. And I'm so proud that we do this in Heckington.
Yeah, it's amazing to have such an amazing show on our doorstep, and there's kind of a quaintness to the show, which is absolutely, in this day and age, it's a lovely thing to have.
Yeah, it still has that classic village show feel. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning cutting my sweet peas to go in the Heckington residence class because I wanted to be part of it, sort of thing. And my wife and I, we've just gone around and seen the things that our friends have made, have grown and put in, and how they've done. I work in London. People talk about it being a village fete. That's because they don't know anything else. But it just still has that village feel, which I think is so special, and people enjoy it. And I think there is a thing that at a show people put on and display what they are proud of. So I was talking to a guy on Wednesday night about how you grow the longest, heaviest parsnip and all the months of dedication that takes. If you go down to the field first thing tomorrow morning, you will see hair and makeup for cattle going on in a really intensive way. Shampoo, blow drying. We've put a big mains power system into the cattle pen so that these animals can look absolutely at their best. All that passion goes into it. The things that people put on them, and we like seeing things that people are excited about. And then the show itself, Heckington is, as a village and as a community, is so proud of the way that we feel you can interact with people. You can be friendly, you can be inclusive, you can be collaborative, you can be creative, and you can share all that. And that is what Heckington puts on every year at Heckington Show. This village shows what it means to be English and to live in a village. There's one family who lived in Norway, and they brought their children over every year to Heckington for the show because they felt this was the best way of showing their children what it meant to be English.
Yeah. And I think the ripple effect as well of the show goes throughout the year, because there's a real strong sense of community in Heckington, which really comes across. We're from Sleaford, but coming to Heckington, you do feel that sense of community and that closeness.
Yeah, it's really interesting to hear you say that, because that's my sense living in the village, and you just think, am I too close to this? But actually, for the next month, people will be talking about, what did you see at the show? What did you enjoy? Did you see this? Did you see that? How many people did you feed? The most I ever heard was 46 people in a house where the tiny terrace house was seating for 8, and they did it in rotation. You went in, you washed up, you set for the next day, and people did that, and they loved talking about that. And from Christmas, people will be talking about the show. It'll be the show next. What are you going to take part in? What are you doing? What are you helping with this year? Who's coming to visit you? And the scout leaders, one of the scout leaders, they do the official teas and coffees and everything. We're getting our official show mugs in the other night, and we were talking. So you can feel Heckington, the buzz in the village and the excitement in it, the personality of the village. And on Monday morning, you will see a village having a slow start. Yeah, because we have put our all in on the field for weeks. We've hosted, we've parted a bit ourselves, and on Monday morning we're just taking it a bit steady.
Yeah. It's wonderful. How did your sweet peas get? How did you get on with your sweet peas?
I got a first, which was better than I'd feared, out of 3 as well, so that was good. It's I love the things, I love the scent and everything like that, but it's also actually, it helps me engage with the show as a competitor, as a participant, and to just go a bit. And I was having a lovely chat with the man next to me and about his sweet peas and how they'd grown. And there is a rivalry, but it's friendly, which is just really, really, really nice.
It's very good. Yeah, Rich, would you like to ask anything?
Well, I was just wondering, so you're already thinking ahead to next year. Is there anything you might be able to reveal or give us a hint about that we could look forward to next year?
You want a scoop, Rich, don't you?
I am only the chairman. Nothing is fixed or decided until the committee have been through it all. Everything I've been thinking about is actually how we enable more people to take part, how we make it work better for them. I mean, 5,000 people take part in the Heckington Show. It's quite extraordinary. Yeah, there were 450 people running this morning. Yeah, there are nearly 500 livestock attendants tomorrow. Yeah, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people taking part in the horticulture and the handicraft. And I think that's just amazing. And it's a number that people don't really think or talk about, and the chance to be part of it and to take part is brilliant. And the way it mixes things up, we saw our vet's daughter in her cycling gear. She came with her mother because her mother is the vet and is wonderful, and she saw cycling and thought, you know what, I'd like to have a go at that. And this was her first year competitive cycling, and she got a second on the grass at Heckington, which was just the way people learn things and new things. And this is a track where Victoria Pendleton has raced, and this 10-year-old girl, her first race, her first competition on the Heckington track, the oldest track in the world, where Victoria Pendleton has raced, and she gets.
Why did I not know this? I didn't know this. That's amazing. Wow.
Somewhere there is some film of her absolutely thrashing her brother on the track here, because the Pendletons, massive cycling family. As a boy, I used to ring the lap bell, and I remain burnt into my mind as their father's name, Max Pendleton, because it's a quite distinctive name, and actually over tannoy it's very, very crisp as well. From over 50 years ago, that name is burnt into my brain, and then his daughter goes on and becomes an Olympic champion.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, it's been great speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Is that right?
And it's we look forward to tomorrow and.
There's tonight. I mean, we've
got the concert tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, there's another 5 hours at Heckington Show to go.
That's right. Yeah. So we've got.
Yeah.
We've got Robbie Williams.
Yes. Well, we've got to take that tribute with.
Take that.
Yeah. It's brilliant. We've got our house band, the Sleaford Concert Band, Charlie Russell, who is an extraordinarily talented
guitarist.
Yes. Yeah. It is. I mean, it's slightly ridiculous, but how on earth do you explain something like Heckington Show? And it's. Yeah, the younger generation call it a festival because that is their experience. It's a little bit of Glastonbury, it's a little bit of Chelsea, it's a little bit of the Olympics, it's a little bit of Smithfield, all melted together into an amazing village atmosphere to produce a quite extraordinary day out.
Yeah. Well, you and your team do a brilliant job, and we certainly look forward to future Heckingtons and
because actually, I mean, one thing, our third claim to fame is it's the biggest voluntary run show in the UK. Most shows this size own their own ground and have a paid staff of a dozen. Just organising it. And Heckington, this is put on by volunteers from the village, and it's quite amazing, really. But just walking around today and listening to people and how much they've enjoyed it and how much they value it across the generations, it just feels really good, because you go, do you know what, this will carry on because people like it and they think it has meaning.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Is that giving you something
superb,
to work with?
yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that extended interview with Charles Pinchbeck from the Heckington Show. We're going to aim to release these Extra Strong Links episodes around the middle of the month.
And follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll see you next month. Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Today's episode of Strong Links was brought to you by Danson Property Services, where quality work meets local care. From reliable maintenance jobs to property refurbs, call Danson Property Services today. See you next time.